Hi everyone. Thank you so much for having me a part of this project. I'm really honored. Wow, COVID-19 and racism. Man, oh man, oh man. I'd first like to preface this by saying that I think before we hit COVID-19, we were living in a very destructive world. And I think when COVID-19 happened, a lot of things started coming up for a lot of people, right? And one thing that I was surprised by, and I don't know if this is ignorant on my part, is I really didn't think we were going to face any kind of discrimination or racism. I didn't really think that Asian Americans were going to go through anything. And when I started seeing all these videos of elderly Asian people or kids or whatever it may be getting beat up, getting mocked, getting blamed for the pandemic, I was obviously very upset about the whole thing. And I found myself not wanting to go to certain places or go to certain events because I was Asian. And I was like, what if I cough by accident, or what if I sneeze by accident? Like, what's going to happen to me? And what actually has come up for me during this time is I've wanted to take a stronger stance in standing up for Asians and Asian Americans in general, because I think that for so long we're known as the model minority. We don't say anything, we don't fight, we're not loud. And I truly believe that this pandemic has come and we have entered kind of this new level, this new dimension of living. The world that we were living before, no. The new world is all about justice. And we've seen that through the BLM movement. And we've seen how that's woken many people up. And I think it's really important for Asian Americans to really take a stand in this. And I don't know in what shape or form you want to do that in, but it is time for us to not be silent. It is time for us to be loud. And I've seen that amongst a lot of my peers, a lot of my Asian friends who have really taken a stand against racism. And so I feel really honored to be a part of this movement. This lockdown has affected my life in actual super positive ways, because I realized that a lot of who I was before the pandemic hit was not truly who I was inside, who I am inside. I was really governed by fear, anxiety, doubt. I was trying to be validated by the outside world, especially, because I'm in the entertainment industry. And what I've learned is that the only kind of validation that I'm seeking is within myself. And so there's been a lot of self-growth inside. I've really started looking at all of the things that the lockdown has brought up inside of me, and it's made me start to change, and it's made me want to change my story and change the narrative. And I think that's why I feel even more confident now standing up for Asian Americans and saying no to racism and really being a voice. And, I'm originally from New York City. I live there. I just moved to Los Angeles, but I was in New York for the beginning of the pandemic with my family. And so I really saw a lot of how this has affected not only my family, but my community. And when I was in Los Angeles, I was there during the protests, and I was there during the rise and the climax of the BLM movement. And if what it's taught me is that as a people, we are done. We are done with just the prejudice, the discrimination, the racism, the injustice on all levels. And going to the protest, what it taught me is that we are not alone, that many people are tired of this narrative, and we are fighting hard for it. So to everyone out there that is part of this movement, that is part of this rise of us saying no, of standing up tall, I want to just shout out all my Asian American brothers and sisters and everybody who's fighting for the BLM movement. We are the revolutionaries, and we are doing great things. And I know right now it's really hard, but we got to go through the thick of it before we get to the joy of it. And so to anybody who may feel down and out and just feeling like, man, will this ever change? Will this ever change? Every single one of you is doing your part, and it is so admirable. And I just want to encourage everybody to just keep the good fight and going. And man, I'm just proud to be an Asian American. I'm proud to be a Korean American, and I'm proud to stand with all of you in this movement. So thank you. I love you guys.